Hello students. Last time we have explained about the life cycle of the honeybees. Today we are going to continue with next point, colony organization and division of labor found among the honeybees. The honeybees are social insects working together, living together in the honeybee colonies, and thus the honeybees are the highly evolved social organization and which has been established before the existence of the human race. Honeybees teach us the lesson of work and work with cooperation. A highly organized system of labor is found in a colony of the honeybees. Highly organized system of division of labor is found among the worker caste in the honeybee colonies. The colony is highly polymorphic, comprising three varieties or the caste: queen, workers, and the drones, and thus they are called as polymorphic. Means there are three structural forms found in every species in the form of queen, worker, and the drones. Means these are the three type of individuals found among the same species called as polymorphism. Poly means many, morphos means the structural form or the structures. Since the honeybees are having three castes, that is a queen, workers, and the drones, all the three castes are having structural differences, morphological differences, and also the physiological differences with respect to different type of work or the performance of the bees in the honeybee colony, because each of the caste, that is queen, worker, and drones, works differently in the favor of colony due to presence of some sort of adaptations or the modifications among the three castes. In a normal colony, there are one queen called as functional female or fertile female or a real mother of the colony. 25,000 to 35,000 workers which are sterile female and 300 to 500 drones, that is males or the functional male or fertile males. So in a normal colony or well established colony, there is usually only one queen, 25 to 35,000 number of workers or sterile females, and 300 to 500 drones found in a colony. The queen, after nuptial flight or the mating, lays both fertilized and unfertilized eggs. From unfertilized eggs, male bees or the drones are developed parthenogenetically and which are termed as drones, whereas from the fertilized eggs, worker bees or the sterile females are produced. The workers, when fed on a royal jelly, can develop into a queen. As last time we have explained, in the life cycle of the honeybee, the larvae or the grubs of all the three castes are fed by royal jelly or a royal substance which is rich in vitamin and proteins, and a special type of food fed to the larvae of all the caste in the initial phase of their development or for first 3 days of their development. But later on, only queen larva is fed by royal substance, and thus the queen larva develops into a functional or fertile female, and due to the lack of royal jelly in a later phase of development, to the worker larvae becomes sterile. So this is what the feeding difference leads to the fertility of the queen or female and sterility of the workers or the steriles. So these are the sterile females which remains sterile due to the feeding of ordinary feed that is be bred in a later phase of the development of the worker larvae. First we'll explain the queen. The queen is only perfectly developed fertile female. She is the mother of the colony and provided with well-developed ovaries. Only one queen is present in each of the colony and feeds on royal jelly. Egg laying is the sole function of the queen throughout her active lifespan and lays 1,500 eggs in a day, which is almost twice the weight of her body. So the queen bee is the fertile female, real mother of the colony, queen of the colony, and having capacity of control and coordination of all activities of the honeybee colony. And she also performs the important function of reproduction as she is capable of laying eggs. Workers cannot undergo the breeding activity or workers cannot lay eggs, but a queen bee is the fertile female and having capacity of laying eggs and thus performing sole function of laying of the eggs in the respective brood cells, and she lays large quantity of eggs at the rate of 1500 per day, and which is almost twice the weight of her body. The queen is 15 to 20 millimeter in length and can be easily distinguished or identified by her long tapering abdomen, short legs and the wings. So as the queen always remains in the colony, performing function of the laying of the eggs only, and thus ultimately she is having shorter legs and the wings. So queen does not require much of the movement or the flight activity, and that's why ultimately her legs and wings are poorly developed. She is unable to produce wax or honey or gather pollen or nectar. So queen bee lacking the wax glands. Wax glands are present only in the workers. Then workers are having the mouth parts which are adapted for uh, collection of the nectar and pollen. So with the help of adaptations or the modification of the legs, that is presence of a pollen brush or the pollen basket, workers can collect the pollen grains from the flowers from the variety of various type of plants, and workers are also capable of collecting nectar from the flowers as they are having a well developed mouth parts in the form of tongue or a labellum, but queen is lacking such modifications, and that's why queen is unable to produce wax or unable to produce honey or collection of pollen or nectar. She mates with the drone or the male in the air, and this particular activity is called as nuptial flight. So queen bee mates with the drone in the air only once in her life, but in a single chance of fertilization, drones releasing 2 crores of sperms in the form of spermatophores or the packets, which are enough for the fertilization of the eggs at the time of laying by the female throughout her lifespan. So, in a course of mating or nuptial flight, the queen bee receives about 2 crore number of sperms or the male gametes from the males of the drones, and which are then stored into the spermatheca, which remains active or viable throughout the reproductive period of queen bee, and thus she uses this large quantity of sperms time to time for the purpose of fertilization of the eggs throughout her reproductive life. In the whole lifespan of 2 to 5 years, a queen lays about 15 lakh number of eggs. So in a total lifespan of the queen bee, that is about 2 to 5 years, she lays about 15 lakh number of eggs, so as to undergo, so as to reproduce new bees in the colony. When the queen loses its queen laying capacity, when the queen loses its egg laying capacity, another worker of the same colony starts feeding on queen's diet, that is royal jelly, and young and grubs develops into a new queen, is provided with the facilities of the real queen. So whenever the queen bee becomes old or at the stage of retirement and losing its egg laying capacity or losing its capacity of production of queen substance, that is variety of biochemicals in the form of pheromones or the scents, so as to control and coordinate all the activities of the honeybee colony. At that time, one of the worker of the same colony is fed by royal jelly, and thus the larva developing from the workers or the larva working from the worker brood cells, which has been fed by the royal substance so as to develop a new queen in the colony, and this queen now is called as a laying worker. So genetically workers and queen bee are similar because both are females and possessing two set of the chromosomes in all the body cells. So, in case of worker or the queen bee, the genetic material is the same. And only due to the feeding difference, queen bee larva develops into a real queen or the fertile female due to the feeding of the royal jelly throughout the development of the larva and also during the adult life also. So, workers or the worker larva can also be fed with a royal substance, then can undergo the development of gonads. So, ovary can be developed in even in the worker larva if the larva is fed by a royal substance or on the diet of queen's larva or the queen, then worker can also be developed into a queen bee and thus uh, having the capacity of reproduction. That is, development of the ovary in worker also develops due to the feeding of royal jelly to the worker larva. So ultimately, at the time of old age of the queen bee or the retirement stage of the queen bee, the new worker or the new one of the worker or the new queen can be developed in the colony just by feeding the royal substance or the queen's diet to the queen larva to the instead of queen, the worker larva can also become capable, the queen larva can also become capable of laying eggs, or the ovary of the worker larva or the worker can also be developed and can take the charge of real queen in the colony, and ultimately the new queen which has been developed, the new queen which has been developed in the colony by feeding of the worker, one of the worker by the royal substance and becomes a queen and is provided with the facilities of the real queen. At the same time, old queen may be driven out, but sometimes some workers take objections that why the mother of the colony be driven out. So ultimately, they also come out with the mother. So whenever there is a development of new queen in the colony, the old queen with some members or the workers can leave the colony and they set the new colony in the new place. Uh, uh, that is taking or giving a charge of the real queen to the new queen in the colony. Sometimes, when two or three queens are developed in a colony, only one takes the position of the real queen and others come out with some workers to establish new colonies. So sometimes there may be two or three queens may present in the colony. At that time, only one queen taking a charge of real queen and others with some members leave the colony and they establish themselves new colony in the new site. So queen provides the cohesive force which keeps the thousands of worker members of the colony together as a social unit. And this particular power of the cohesive force to the queen is only due to the secretion of the queen substance or the different type of chemicals by the queen bee so as to control and coordinate all activities of the colony. So, queen provides this cohesive force and keeping thousands of worker members of the colony together as a social unit only due to the secretion of adequate quantity of the queen substance, which is in the form of different type of biochemical secreted by the queen bee. She does this by satisfying their demands for the queen substance. So, queen substance secreted by the queen herself, and this substance is most important in the maintenance of a colony and its social organization. Sorry. So, thousands of workers or thousands of members of the colony are kept together, working together in the favor of the colony under the influence of queen substance only. So, this queen substance is secreted by the queen bee in the adequate quantity for the control and coordination of all the activities of the honeybee colony. So, and thus queen is called as a real queen or as a cohesive force so as to keeping or maintaining the honeybee colony in a normal manner because of secretion or production of queen substance time to time in the adequate quantity, and this will provide a certain messages or that serves as a chemical messenger to the colony members, and all the colony members or the workers of the drones, they act or react under the influence of the variety of biochemicals secreted by the queen bee in the form of queen substance. So ultimately, this queen substance provides a cohesive force, and this will be useful for the maintenance of the colony as a social organization. It has been found that a scent of fatty acid, 9-oxodecenoic acid, produced by queen's mandibular gland, attracts workers only over a very short distance, and which also inhibits the queen rearing by the workers of her colony and development of ovaries of laying workers. So, this is just an example. This is just an example of the queen substance or one of the biochemicals secreted by the queen bee in the colony, and the example is a fatty acid, namely 9-oxodecenoic acid. So this particular chemical that is a fatty acid which is having a peculiar scent. The fatty acid 9-oxodecenoic acid having a peculiar scent and is produced by the mandibular glands of the queen. So this particular chemical influencing or attracting the workers of the same colony from very short distance. Then this same chemical, that is a fatty acid 9-oxodeoxynic acid, also inhibits the queen rearing by the workers in the same colony. So when queen bee releasing this fatty acid 9-oxodeoxynic acid in the colony, so workers or the worker members of the same colony are attracted from shorter distance to the colony or to attempt the queen bee, and this particular chemical also inhibits the rearing of the queen by the workers in the same colony and development of the ovaries of the laying workers. So ultimately, due to the secretion of this chemical, ovaries of the workers will not develop. Ovaries of the workers will not develop, and thus ultimately they remain sterile or they cannot perform the function of reproduction, that is laying of the eggs. And thus the queen bee is one of the important caste found among the honeybee species, that she serves as a queen. At the same time, she serves as a or acts as a real mother of the colony. So, she performs the important function of reproduction because of its fertility or development of the ovary, normal development of the ovary only in the caste or only in the queen bee among all the members of the colony. And secondly, she performs the uh, the function of the queen or the control and coordination of all activities of the honeybee colony, and this is also due to its ability or the potential to secrete or to produce adequate quantity of queen substance in the form of variety of chemicals to sensitize or to provide certain message or to indicate a particular order or message to the members of the colony, and thus serves as a cohesive force and becoming the important part of the honeybee colony for the control and coordination of the all activities, and also maintaining uh, honeybee colony as a social unit or to work together in the favor of the colony. So she is having this potential of keeping all members of the colony together, and thus serves as a real queen in the colony. Then second caste, the workers. These are imperfectly developed females or the sterile females, which are also developing from fertilized eggs laid by the queen and live in the chambers called as worker brood cells or worker cells. So the workers are sterile females or imperfectly developed females derived from the fertilized eggs released by the queen bee in the worker brood cells, and they live in a wax cells or the comb cells called as worker cells. The workers takes 21 days in the development from egg to the adult, and the total lifespan of the worker is about 6 weeks. So total time required for the development of the worker is 21 days. So as to develop from egg to reach up to the adult stage, the time span is 21 days, and the total lifespan of the worker is about 6 weeks. The workers are unable to reproduce but possesses all the maternal instinct or all the features of the female. So, due to the lack of development of ovaries, they remain sterile or they are unable to reproduce, but having all the female characters or maternal instincts, they are responsible for all the work the workers are responsible for all type of work necessary for the maintenance and welfare of the colony, and thus their name or the name of the caste of the worker is worker. Then division of the labor, there is a well defined division of labor found among the workers, and it is on the basis of physiological aspect. So division of labor among the workers is on a physiological basis. The indoor and outdoor duties of the colony are performed by the workers only due to having special structures for the particular work. So, at first, we can say that workers are called as workers because the workers are imperfectly developed females or they are sterile females and thus are unable to reproduce, but they can do variety of works or all type of works in the honeybee colony on the basis of its physiology or on the basis of its morphological adaptations. So division of the labor among the workers is on a physiological basis. The indoor and outdoor duties of the colony are performed by the workers only due to having special structures or the adaptations or the particular characters so as to do the particular work in the colony, such as long proboscis. The first important adaptation or the special structure, that is the presence of long proboscis or the tongue for sucking the nectar, and thus they are capable of collecting nectar so as to produce the honey. And second character, that is strong wings for the fanning. They are having, workers are having strong wings or well developed two pairs of wings which are adapted not only for the fanning but also for a good amount of flight so as to collect large quantity of nectar and pollen from the surrounding flowering plant vegetation so as to produce pollen or so as to produce honey as important byproducts of the honeybees, which then can be provided to all members of the colony or for the feeding of the honeybees. So strong wings for the fanning. Fanning activity is usually useful in the manufacture of honey together with maintenance of the temperature so as to maintain the cool condition of the colony in the summer month. So strong wings are useful for fanning purpose. So fanning may be useful for the maintenance of the normal temperature in the colony during summer or also for the evaporation of the honey so as to process or so as to produce sugar rich honey or ripened honey due to the fanning activity. So strong wings for the fanning in case of honeybees, then pollen basket for the collection of the pollen. So the worker members having the pollen basket present on third pair of leg and which is in the form of a tuft of dense hairs representing the pollen basket in which large quantity of pollen grains can be entangled while the movement of the workers from flower to flower or plant to plant. Ultimately, the pollen grains get stuck or entangled or stored into the pollen basket. So ultimately, we will perform the collection of the pollen with the help of pollen basket. Then workers are also provided with powerful sting to defend or to fight against the uh, enemies so as to protect the colony. The workers are having a powerful sting which is useful to defend the colony against enemies. Then important characteristic of the worker, that is they are having four pair of wax glands situated ventrolaterally of third, fourth, fifth and sixth segment of the abdomen in all workers, and these wax glands secretes a real beeswax from these glands, and which is useful for construction of the hue or the comb. So wax glands for the wax secretion. So these are the five important characters present in the workers, which enables them to perform all type of works, that is indoor duties and outdoor duties of the honeybee colony. Each worker bee performs different type of work in her lifetime and becomes fitted for various duties. So each of the worker performing different type of works in her lifetime and thus become fit for the various duties because of presence of all these all these five uh, inherent features or the adaptations or the modifications or the structures present in the worker bees. During the first half of her life, during the first half of the worker life, she attends or performs the indoor duties such as secretion of royal jelly for the feeding of the brood or larvae, feeding of the brood, that is another work that can also be performed by the workers, then feeding the queen and attending on her. So various type of services that may be feeding, cleaning, etc. are provided by the workers to the queen bee. Then secreting beeswax, which is useful for building combs. Then cleaning, ventilation, cooling, guarding the hive. So these are the different works done by the workers uh, in the colony. Then evaporating nectar and storage of the honey, storage of the pollen, even sealing of the wax cells or the comb cells which are filled up with pollen or honey after its complete processing or after manufacture of the ripened honey. All the honey storage cells are capped or sealed up by using the wax cappings. So all these type of activities or the works are done by the worker bees as the indoor duties during first half of her life, called as indoor duties. So during the first half of worker bee, the first half of the worker bee, during the first half of her life or time, that is of 3 week, the workers attends indoor duties such as secretion of royal jelly, feeding of the brood, feeding the queen, attending on her, secreting beeswax, building combs, honeycombs or a hive, cleaning, ventilating, cooling and guarding the hive, evaporation of the nectar and storage of the honey. That is evaporation of the nectar to produce or to process the honey, production of the honey and storage of the honey. So these are the some of the important works are done by the workers as indoor duties in a first half of its life, that is for a period of about 3 weeks. During the second half of her life, during the second half of worker's life lasting next 3 weeks, she attends the outdoor duties as a collection of nectar, pollen, propolis, and water, which are received and stored properly by the house bees in the colony. So, the honeybees performs outdoor duties in a later half of its life of 3 weeks, and during which they perform the outdoor duties in the form of collection of nectar and pollen. So there are two groups of the honeybees, that is forager bees having two types. One that involved in the searching or finding out the source of the food or food resource in the surrounding area, and second group that is actual gatherers collecting nectar from the surrounding area under the direction or the guidance of the searcher bees. So there are two groups of the forager bees. One is the searcher group and second is the gatherer group. So during the second half of the worker life lasting for 3 weeks, the workers attending the outdoor duties as a collection of nectar and pollen, then propolis and water. Propolis, that is called as a bee glue or a gummy resinous secretions collected by the worker bee from the surrounding plant vegetation, and that is transformed into a byproduct called as a bee glue or a propolis, and the water. So nectar, pollen, propolis and the water, these are the four type of materials can be collected by the worker bees or gatherer bees from the surrounding field or the area and brought into the hive in a larger quantities, and excess of surplus quantity of which can be transformed into the honey or a pollen that can be stored in the honeybee colony by the nurse bees or the workers which are involved in such a duty uh, in the colony that during first 3 week lifespan. So indoor duties or the workers which are involved in the indoor duties, they perform the function of processing of honey or storage of the honey or processing of the nectar and transforming it into the honey, and also the storage of the honey and pollens in the respective part or a particular part of the honeycomb. So during the second half of her life lasting 3 weeks, the workers attends the outer duties, and this involves the collection of nectar, collection of the pollen, then propolis and the water, which are received and stored properly by the house bees. The field force of the colony, the field force of the colony is divided into two, such as searcher group and the gatherer groups. The searcher bees fly around the surrounding area and bring back the news or a sample of the available food and communicate to the gatherer bees by performing a round or tail wagging dance. The worker bees has the worker bees has been compared to a storage battery which cannot be recharged, and she is capable of performing a definite amount of work, and when that is accomplished she dies. So during the outdoor duties of the worker bees in a later half of their life lasting for 3 weeks, they do the outdoor duties in the form of collection of nectar, pollen, propolis or the water, and for this activity the function of the outdoor duties, that is collection of nectar or pollen or other substances or the materials from the surrounding field, is called as foraging. So the workers, while performing the function of foraging, there are two groups. One is searcher group and other is a gatherer group. Searcher group means this is limited number of bees, limited number, very few number of bees, maybe uh, uh, 10 or 15 or up to 50 number. So this is a small group of bees, worker bees, which is getting involved in the searcher activity, that is which fly in the surrounding area and find out the food source or a type of food source present around the area surrounding the honeybee colony, and this particular message of the food source indicating either quantity of the food or the quality of the food, distance and direction of the food from the honeybee colony, that the message of which or the information of the which can be provided to the gatherer group of the bees, which is the larger number of the bees or the workers which get involved in the actual collection of nectar, pollen or the substances which are present in the surrounding area and which are found out by the searcher group of the bees. So, searcher group of the bees, on their finding the food source, they comes back in the hive. So sometimes they brings the sample, sometimes they brings the sample of the food, either pollen or a nectar, either pollen or the nectar which is present in the surrounding area. So sample of which is brought to the colony by the searcher group of the bees, and actual sample of which, that is a pollen or a nectar, that can be shared or spread mouth to mouth by the searcher group of bees to the gatherer group of the bees, uh, and thus this type of communication is called as olfactory communication or a gustatory communication. So searcher group, while finding or while getting uh, the knowledge or idea about the food source, they brings the sample of the actual food or actual food source or the type of flowering plant vegetation with collection of the pollen or nectar from the respective plant source or the flowering source or the flowering plant vegetation in the colony. So ultimately, this particular sample, that is in the form of either pollen or propolis, that is shared or spread into the colony to the gatherer members of the colony, so as to collect the respective type of food source, that is pollen or nectar, from the surrounding field in the colony. So ultimately there are two type of communication, one that is olfactory communication or gustatory communication. So actual sample of the food is brought into the hive by the searcher group of the bees, and secondly the searcher group of the bees performs a round dance or the wagtail dance, which also indicates the information regarding the food source with respect to its distance from the colony or direction from the colony. So distance and direction of the food source from the colony is indicated by performing either a round dance or a tail wagging dance on the surface of the colony or on the surface of the comb by the searcher bees. So these are the two type of dances representing a dance communication method for the indication or providing the message regarding the information of the type of the food, distance and direction of the food to the gatherer members of the colony, and thus the searcher group of the bees, they perform either round dance or the tail wagging dance on the surface of the comb so as to pass, so as to provide the message regarding the information of the food source, that is quality, quantity and or distance and direction of the food source from the colony. The worker bees has been compared to a storage battery which cannot be recharged. It means the worker can perform a definite amount of work in her lifespan. The worker bees can be compared with a storage battery which cannot be recharged, and thus the worker can perform a definite amount of work only in her lifespan, and after this particular amount of work and after the completion of a definite amount of work, the worker dies. For example, in Chennai, due to a mild climate and a plain variety of Apis indica, worker bee on average lives for 50 days. So this is the lifespan of the worker bee of the species Apis indica in Chennai on a mild climate and the plain variety of the Apis indica, performing a definite amount of work in a period of 50 days, and after which it dies. Then last caste, that is the drone, or called as fertile males. The drone is the male member of the colony bee colony. The drone is the male member of the honeybee colony which fertilizes the queen, so called as the king of the colony. So the drones or the males or the fertile males, which is the third caste of the honeybee colony in all the species. The drone is male member or a fertile male of the honeybee colony and which performs only one function of fertilization of the queen, and thus is called as a king of the colony. These are shorter and larger than worker bees, means the drones are having moderate size, smaller than queen and larger than worker. So these are shorter and larger than worker bees and smaller than the queen bee and have greatly enlarged eyes. We have explained previously that there are a pair of compound eyes which are much larger in size, situated dorsolaterally of the head, and thus they are meet together on the dorsolateral side of the head. So there is presence of large compound eyes which are meeting together on the surface of the head. They take 24 days to develop from the egg to the adult stage. So this is the time required for the development of the drone from egg to reach up to the adult stage. So 24 days are required or taken for the development of the egg to reach or to develop into the adult stage. Now, drones are unable to gather food, but they eat a lot. The characters which are useful for the collection of nectar or pollen, characters or the features or the structures to collect nectar and pollen are present only in the worker caste. Drones are unable to gather food because they are not possessing these adaptations, that is presence of pollen basket or presence of long proboscis or the tongue so as to suck up the nectar from the flowers. So drones are unable to gather food because they are lacking or there are no adaptations of the characters of the features similar to the workers to carry out these functions. But they eat a lot, but they eat or consume a large quantity of pollen or honey which has been stored in the honeybee colony. They spend their time in enjoying the sun and fresh air. So, due to lack of adaptations or the morphological features similar to the worker, and thus they cannot do the duties or the functions or the work similar to workers in the colony. So they spend their time in enjoying the sun and the fresh air only and eating the food, simply eating the food, that is honey, nectar or pollen, collected by the worker bees. The drones are reared from unfertilized egg in a large drone cells during the breeding season in a spring and autumn. So this is what the breeding season of the honeybee, spring and autumn is the breeding season of the honeybees, during which queen bee lays unfertilized eggs unfertilized eggs in the drone brood cells, from which the males develops parthenogenetically, or eggs develops directly into the male without fertilization, called as parthenogenesis, and the males are haploid, having single set or only one set of the chromosomes, with 16 chromosomes in the nucleus of all the body cells. So the drones are reared from unfertilized eggs in a large brood cells, in a large drone brood cell during the breeding season, that is spring and autumn, when new queens are to be mated. So whenever there is a mating of the queen, or queen has undergone the nuptial flight or the mating flight, after which she lays unfertilized eggs in the drone brood cells, from which the drone or the male, haploid male, develops. The drones, they are driven out of the hive to die of starvation before the monsoon and winter. So after completion, or after accomplishing the nuptial flight of the queen bee, or after mating or nuptial flight or the marriage flight of the queen bee, all the drone members of the colony are forcibly driven out from the hive to die of starvation. And this activity happens before the monsoon and winter, because during monsoon and winter all worker members, or all the thousands of members or the workers of the colony, remains in the hive during monsoon month and the winter month, or bees do not go out due to the unfavorable condition of the monsoon and winter, but simply feeding on to the honey or the pollen whatever stored into the colony. And that's why these drones, after completion of the mating flight, after completion of the mating flight or the fertilization of the queen bee, all the drone members are forcibly driven out from the colony uh, to die of starvation before the monsoon and winter. The normal lifespan of drones of Apis indica is 57 days in a Chennai state. Drones are dependent and begging honey from the workers. During swarming period, the drones follow the queen, copulates and dies after copulation. So this is what the information about the drones. So drones are male members, fertile males, performing only one function, that is fertilization of the queen only. They takes 24 days to complete their life cycle. They are lacking the special features or the important features which are found among the workers, and thus they can't work like workers, but they feed a lot on a honey or pollen, whatever the food material collected by the worker bees in the colony. So after a completion of the nuptial flight, or after marriage flight or the mating flight of the queen or fertilization of the queen, all drone members are driven out from the colony uh, to die of starvation during the monsoon and winter, because this is the period, this is a slack period during which all members of the colony living in the colony or in the hive and just feeding or consuming the honey or pollen stored, and thus so as to avoid wastage of the food or a loss of the food, the drone bees, which are of no any work, which are of no any work in the colony after mating, and thus are driven out from the colony to die of starvation during the monsoon and winter. The normal lifespan of the drones of Apis indica is 57 days in the Chennai state. Drones are dependent and begging honey from the workers because they are lacking most of the features similar to workers, and thus they are unable to collect the nectar or pollen. Since they are lacking pollen basket or the modifications or the adaptations of the legs or adaptations of the mouth parts, that is present lacking proboscis, and thus are unable to collect nectar, or they themselves cannot collect the nectar or pollen from the different plant sources, and thus they are begging, they are dependent for the honey or pollen or their feed on the workers. So during the swarming period, the drone follows the queen. One of the drone or the male copulates with the queen, and after mating activity, male or the drone dies. So this is what about the caste, that is a queen, worker, and drone, representing the caste system or the polymorphism, and also the division of the labor among the workers, or even all the three castes, that is the queen, workers, and the drone, performing a particular role, definite role in the favor of the colony. So queen bee is the governing authority, controlling, coordinating all the activities of the honeybee colony, and this is only due to its ability, her ability to secrete or to produce adequate quantity of queen substance in the form of variety of biochemicals which are secreted by the queen bee, and thus all members of the colony, workers, drones of the colony, they live together, work together as a social unit, and working in the favor of the colony under the direction of the information or the orders or the messages conveyed by the queen substance. So queen bee is the controlling or the governing authority of the honeybee colony, and thus she is called as a queen or a real mother of the colony, as she is only the female capable of laying eggs or undergoing or carrying out the function of important function of reproduction in the colony. Secondly, the workers are the sterile females, and which are having number of adaptations, that is well developed proboscis, well developed legs, wings, stings, wax glands, and with the help of which she performs all type of functions in the form of indoor duties or the outdoor duties in the colony. uh, that is indoor duties, right from construction or the building hive, cleaning hive, guarding hive, maintenance of temperature, that is cooling or ventilation in the colony, uh, then nursing of the queen bee, sick bees, then guarding, nursing, cleaning, all type of works are performed by the worker bee as indoor duties, and they also perform outdoor duties in the form of collection of nectar, collection of pollen from the surrounding field, and performing outdoor duties in a her life, a short life of about 6 weeks only. Then third caste, that is a drone, which is a fertile male, can be also called as a king because the drones or the male members mate with the queen and performing uh, the function of reproduction, that is by mating with the queen and providing spermatozoa so as to carry out the function of reproduction um, in the honeybee colony. But due to the lack of the special features or the adaptations or the modifications similar to the workers, they are unable to do the different type of works. Even they are unable to collect nectar or pollen, or even they are unable to obtain their food themselves, and thus they are dependent upon the workers for their food in the form of honey or pollen. And they have to beg the honey or the food from the workers. But unfortunately, after the nuptial flight of the or the marriage flight or the mating of the queen bee, the drone members are forcibly driven out from the colony. So this is actually the injustice with the drone or the male members in the honeybee colony. But might be because of shortage of the food, because they are just enjoying the sun or fresh air in the colony, and not performing much of the work in the colony except the fertilization of the queen. And thus, just after the swarming, that is mating swarm or the nuptial fight, one of all drone members, they follows the queen. One of the drone catch up the queen, mate with the queen, transferring the spermatozoa, and after which it dies. So this is what about the colony organization and the division of the labor found among the honeybees. So today with this we'll stop here, and next time we'll continue the next topic. Thank you.